All right, welcome back. For quite some time now, most of us have been deliberating how we are going to vote on the 17 state measures here in California. There are a lot of things we've been looking at, and you know, you get to hear from the media. Sometimes people feel as if that's a biased impression because everyone is subjective in some form or other. So this morning, we are going to hear about a website that hopefully gives you just the facts of what you need to know on both sides of issues.
That's right. Joining our show now, we are very grateful to have Mr. Alan Thicke on the show. You all know him as America's favorite dad, but he's also involved in a wonderful organization called procon.org. Alan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Right now.
Yes, very proud of this. It's the #1 non-profit educational website in America. It's been around for 11 years. I call it a well-kept secret because it's very academic, and our challenge, our goal as we move past the election is to make it a little more fun, a little more social media friendly, interactive, etc. Because the key is, and I think everybody recognizes this, that with so many ear holes and eyeballs on the political process now, thanks to Mr. Trump largely, we want to keep that attention focused on issues and on what people are talking about and voting about. Procon.org provides both the pro and the con of any issue, whether it's immigration, gun control, abortion, the Keystone Pipeline, whether the Redskins should change their name, are the Kardashians the beginning or the end of civilization,
Big stuff.
as we know it. And so it really gives an unbiased, bipartisan look at all issues. A little late today to go and read up on that website in terms of influencing your vote, but very important we all feel moving forward.
And you just moderated a panel on Prop 64.
I did. I moderated in Santa Monica the debate on legalization of marijuana. And there it is. There we were in the sunset, and the guy on the left ended up smoking that tree, by the way. No, it was very, very effective, and you know, we're supported by Disney and Google and some large foundations. It actually takes Google a step farther and does some of their work. Google collects information, of course, from all over the globe, and Procon essentially distills it into those pro and con fact-finding and fact-checking arguments. Just last week, we were visited by more people than Huffington Post and Newsweek websites, and the pundits have been relying on procon.org for a long time. It's a student-teacher tool also. But we're going to have some fun with it moving forward, but want to make sure that people are focused on the issues by having those choices and going to the Procon website.
One thing I love about your organization is that there seems to be, we eat a lot of political junk food in the sense that we see so many, it's all about who said what and a lot of rhetoric, and this seems to be so focused on the issues themselves. Is that what made you get involved with the organization in the first place?
Yeah, you know, my son went all through school here. He was a lifer at Laguna Blanca, off to USC now, and I'm seeing the importance of a good education and of facts, and they're very proud at Procon that approximately 30% of the people who go to the website end up changing their mind. Whatever they went in, whatever bias they went in with, they came out with less certainty. So there's so much to learn in the fact-finding area. And the other thing we'll be doing is Procon Live, which means we'll be, and the impact on our community, for instance, will be to conduct seminars and bring speakers and do debates at the UCSB level, which they've already done, but also at the high school level and even public schools. Starting in the 5th grade, they will bring and develop arguments and make cases pro and con for subjects of interest in the community.
Now I have to ask you, because you know, growing up we watched Growing Pains and really watched, it was a different era. Social media was not prevalent then, and now it is, and you were talking about that's sort of why they've asked you to step in and sort of give a social media face to this pro-con, because it is something that I would never have looked at, but I looked at it all morning and yesterday, and I found it so fascinating. So how is social media going to tie in with procon.org in the future?
We would want more of an outreach instead of being there as a passive visitation. There would be more surveys and opinions and commentary, pro and con, inviting the people's reaction, in fact, and again, having a little fun with it, and having little competitions, and having some celebrities involved, speaking for the issues that they care about, putting a face on some of the facts and information. So I think making it interactive is part of the key here.
Have you noticed that with Growing Pains now you have Unusually Thicke being filmed in part of our areas? Have you noticed the difference in social media and how much easier it is to advertise for free or get your message out a little bit easier?
Thanks for bringing that up. We're in our third season of Unusually Thicke on the Pop Network, and we do a lot of our filming in the 805. Local businesses have been very kind to us and let us come and shoot there. And yes, social media is a big part of it. One of the first issues from the network standpoint is, okay, how many followers do you have? And will you do a live tweet during the show? And things that we never would have thought of back in the Growing Pains era. But we're learning, and we're pretty effective at it.
When is Unusually Thicke season 3 launched? Like when can we start watching it?
We're in the final stages now, and I think our season ends in another 3 or 4 weeks, in fact. But then they rerun them forever. But we're taking a break. We do so many episodes in such a short period of time that best to hang it up for a couple of weeks, and we'll be doing that before we get into season 4, before we even start thinking about it.
Fun for people in our area, though, to be able to see places that we recognize or visit. So that's nice for our viewers.
We're all over Carpinteria, Montecito, Goleta, and Santa Barbara. So enjoy. You'll see some familiar places.
We'll enjoy it, and I'm sure our viewers will too.
Truly an honor to have you on here.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Happy Election Day.
Yes.
Happy Election Day to you too. Alan Thicke, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. More news, weather, and traffic when we return.